Remember the 5th of November when gunpowder, treason and plot. I see no reason why gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. 'Twas Guy's Fawkes, 'twas his intent to blow up the king and the parliament. 3 score barrels were laid below poor old England to overthrow, but by God's providence he was catched with a dark lantern lighting a match. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Guy Fawkes night, guys. It's the 5th of November, and that is the rhyme they taught us at school. Remember the 5th of November when gunpowder, treason and plot. I remember when I was in primary school. So I'm saying it's indoctrination camps, because now that I'm thinking back to all these things we used to sing, it literally feels like we're being programmed, and it's scary. But yes, this is what we used to sing in school. Today's the 5th of November, which, funnily enough, if I had to pick a favourite holiday, when people ever ask what's my favourite holiday, technically it's actually this one, because I love Bonfire Night. Because I'm about to do like a little mini series. So this is an intro video, but most of the info you need is going to be in here. I'm just going to unpack because this gets quite juicy. But the long and short of it is, Bonfire Night in the UK, Guy Fawkes Night, is a night where people gather together at night and they have a bonfire, and there's like nowadays they don't necessarily have some like a scarecrow looking thing in the middle, but usually they do, and they burn it and we all meet up, and it's kind of like a fair. There's like all the rides and all the fair foods, and then it ends with fireworks, and it's amazing. This is why it's my favorite night, because it has like all my favorite things. It's in the cold, there's fire, there's games like all the fair rides, and of course it ends on fireworks, and I love fireworks. If you guys didn't know, I absolutely love fireworks. So anyway, here's the history. Why are we doing this? Well, because back in the 17th century, a guy called Guy Fawkes, alongside some other people, tried to blow up Parliament, as I was just saying. And this was all to do with the war between the Catholics and the Protestants. This is why I decided to do a mini-series, because you guys know me. I was just going to do a video just to talk about how heinous this is and how this contributes to whatever, which I'm about to do now. But now we're going to have to delve deep into the history a bit more, because now I'm like, oh, this is a religious thing? Because essentially Guy Fawkes and the Catholics were being persecuted by the Protestants, because obviously the Protestants, I believe it was James I at the time. Anyway, stay tuned. Everything's all going to be linked. It's going to be a playlist. You know how we do over here. It's all going to be linked in the description. I'm going to go into everything in detail and give you guys the full actual information. So in this video, I'm just kind of summarizing and making a specific point I want to make about how this night, I feel like, contributes to why the UK is so weak as a nation, like the people are, and why they're so good at following the rules, why they're so good at being politically correct, why they don't stick up for anything. I feel like part of it is because of this, right? Because of this night. Because what they did is they burned Guy Fawkes. They found Guy Fawkes, like it says, by God's providence. That's why I find it interesting that they say by God's providence he was catched. Anyway, because again, you've got Catholics versus Protestants. Aren't they both supposed to be God's people? You see why I'm saying we had to delve into it, because it's just going to be fascinating. But we'll get more into the religious more side of that in the series itself. What I want to talk about like right now is how it contributes to the UK, because they burnt him basically. So every single night, every year, not necessarily on the 5th of November, but like, you know, it'll be on the Sunday. I don't know. Everywhere is different. And they even do a big one in London. They have a big fireworks. It's like a big event in England, right? So the reason why they do that, obviously, is to remind everybody, in my opinion, this is what we do to you if you come against the government. This is what we're going to do. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like it's all about. That's why I feel like they do it. And that's why I feel like it's actually kind of heinous that we actually do this every year. We all go to the fair, we're all there having my hot dog in the nighttime, and it's all cold and all that. I love it. And then everyone's got the lights and they're selling all the light. I love bonfire nights. Literally my favorite. If I had a favorite holiday, I hate the holidays. In fact, this is the only holiday I think I will going forward still show up for, like bonfire night, because I just love it. But yeah, there's a huge bonfire, and so I'm like, we're envisioning that this is what they actually did all these years ago, burn Guy Fawkes in front of everybody. And it's obviously to make a statement, like, this is what we're going to do to you. And I genuinely believe that whether we realize it in the UK or not, subconsciously, I feel like this affects the British culture more than they realize. Like, you don't go against the government. You don't go against Parliament. You don't go against the Crown and Parliament. No, it says to blow up king in parliament. So I had to double check the words, because obviously I learned this when I was like 10. But I remember the first half. The bit that I didn't remember, ironically, is literally just the bit by God's providence he was catched. Which I think my brain probably just deleted, because it was like, my brain tends to, remove lies out of its... I'm just joking. I don't know what God's will would have been, which maybe we'll find out through this series, because I've never bothered to delve into it. So I thought I'd delve into it with you guys, which is hence the series that's coming up, that this is going to be the intro video to. But because I'm going to go into what happened before, what was this thing between the Protestants and the Catholics? I need to find out, because now I need to know. That's why I was like, I'm going to just bring the team with me. We might as well all find out together, since it's the 5th of November today. It is the 5th of November today. We might as well find out together, right? We have fun together with my people, right? We might as well find out all together. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. But yeah, I do believe that bonfire night is one of those things that subconsciously, like even the fact that I learned this in school, the fact that I was there in my little uniform in year 7, year 3, year whatever, I kid you not, there are kids right now in school doing this poem at school right now. There are kids at school doing, remember the 5th of November when gunpowder, treason and plot. Like, we're little sitting there like these little, like, it literally feels like indoctrination. I can't even lie to you. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so funny how good the government is in this country. I have to say, this is why I do genuinely believe this is one of the most demonic places ever. Everyone's got a demonic place, but I mean, especially like London is one of the most demonic places ever. Like, they're so good at what they do in this country, because the way they do it is nothing is ever done in your face. Like other countries, they do things in your face. Like the government does things in your face boldly. Here, they do things like subtly. That's why I said, like, the UK is kind of passive aggressive in a way. Like, so it's like, we're not going to tell you guys, we're not going to make a big thing about whatever. We're not going to be a tyrant. We're not going to be like a big, huge dictator. What we will do, though, is we'll celebrate bonfire night every year. We'll make it into this big spectacle that's all a bit of fun. But there's an underlying tone of, listen, buddy. Listen here, buddy. Listen here, buddy. Don't you ever step up against me. You know what I mean? In the background. That's what they do. And they're good at it. They're really, really good at it. They're very, very good at doing stuff like that. And so that's what I feel like this is. We're all just there like, yay, yay. Oh my gosh, the bonfire. It's so nice. And it's nice. I love it. Like I told you, it's my favorite. Bonfire night is my favorite ever holiday. Of all the holidays, like of the secular holidays. So obviously God has his feasts and his actual, things that us believers do. But in terms of the world's holidays, between New Year's, Christmas, Easter, whatever the heck, all these, bonfire night is my favorite, because it's just like, it's just nice. It's nice. You're outside, there's fireworks, it's cold, there's food, there's games, there's rides, there's so much fun. There's a big, huge fire, because I love fire as well. Yeah, but yeah, you guys. So just wanted to say that Guy Fawkes night, I do believe, is just like a reminder. Because think about it, how much of British history, this is my point, how much of British history is like very monumental for where we're at as a country? And the thing that, you know what I mean? But why have we picked this of all the events? Why this, of all the events, of all the things in history, is the thing that in 2025, bearing in mind this happened in the 17th century, mind you, we're in the 21st century. This happened in the 17th century. So why is this the thing that we've decided we're carrying through 400 years later? It's almost as if they want to make sure, and I do believe it's part of the way that the Crown and the Parliament, protect themselves from the people, because the power's with the people. This is what I'm always saying to you guys. The power is with the people. The power is with the people, and we have to get to know that. We have to get to know that the power is with the people. This is why they're afraid. This is why they have to, put us down. It's just like how in the Bible, when Pharaoh, enslaved God's people. Why did he enslave them? To maintain power over them, because he was afraid of them, because he saw what God's people did before. Just like now, why is your government in this country trying to always get you to turn down a peg? UK, Why? Why is the government always trying to get you not to stand up for anything, not to speak about anything, to not be politically correct, to be politically correct, not talk about anything, to trust them with everything, to be dependent on them for everything? Oh, public healthcare, that's great. That is great. But that also means they control it, you still. Because if you now are entrusting them for your healthcare, that means if they now decide to do something and say, well, you don't get that free healthcare if you don't do this, they now control you. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's proof that the power is really, truly with us. Otherwise, why do they care so much to keep reminding us about this stuff? And then they turn it into this fun thing. Obviously, we don't burn an actual body now, but we are remembering. And the kids are going to be singing, oh, Mom, guess what song I learned? They're coming home from school in the car. Mom, guess what song I learned at school? The poem I learned at school today in assembly. And that's the other thing. One of the things I've always, like, I think as a teacher, like, is how I found both at school and now having done so much research on history myself, post education, I'm always thinking about how fascinating it is which specific topics were chosen to be taught to us at school. And why those specific topics were taught to us at school, you know what I mean? And it's like, interesting, isn't it? Why we talk about certain things and maybe not others. Interesting. And again, with the indoctrination, because of certain pieces of information. So that's why I'm like, we need to get context now, because I don't know whose side I'm sitting on. Because I have always thought I would naturally probably agree with the guy Fawkes. I don't know, because I'm against the government now, but hey, it's been 400 years. Maybe I'm off. So now I've got to do the research. Anyways, guys, if you want to see that, stay tuned. It's all going to be linked in the description box below. Because, yeah, this is kind of crazy. Yeah, it is kind of crazy, y'all. But yeah, anyways, you guys, that's all I've got to say to you. Stay tuned. Come for part 1 if you want to hear the backstory, the mid-story, the post-story of this whole story of whatever the heck was going on between the Protestants and the Catholics, Guy Fawkes, why this was happening, why were they being persecuted. These are the questions I have. I'm going to get them answered, and I'm going to share them with you guys because I love you. Anyways, on that note, if life's a game, let's play to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one.